This is Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at Fullerton's Plummer Auditorium for 3D Theatrical's presentation of Hello, Dolly. Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
TJ Dawson. I'm the executive producer and artistic director.
And what did you just direct?
Actually, I didn't direct this production, as a matter of fact. I was the producer and artistic director. Ken Sawyer directed the production. However, we kind of helped each other out. He had to step away. He got ill, and so I had to step in about a week and a half ago to help finish the show and get it up. So I had my foot in the pool, but didn't dive all the way in.
One thing I gotta tell you, I actually went to the wrong Chapman. On my GPS, I typed in GPS. I went to Orange. So yeah. One thing I do want to tell my audience, if they come here, do check. Make sure you do the Fullerton one.
I've done that before. I was actually in high school. I was auditioning for something at Fullerton Civic Light Opera, and I missed the audition because I was up and down Chapman in Fullerton in Orange looking for it. So it's easy to do.
Yeah. Second thing I want to say is, when I came a little late, and basically I was thinking to myself, it's okay. I've seen Hello, Dolly before.
Right.
But now I realize something. You know how everyone says every performance is different?
Yeah.
It's really true. I came here. I know I've seen Hello, Dolly before, but I don't think I've seen this before.
That's really funny. Yeah, we really worked hard, especially when we're doing a classic show, to put our own stamp on it and kind of reinvent it and make it like, why do it right now? Why revive it? And so I'm glad that it felt that way, because you don't maybe even know why, but you just know that this feels different, and that's the goal. So yeah, thank you. The team worked really hard at that.
One more thing also, when I came in, obviously I was late. They didn't want to seat me in my regular seat because I'm a reviewer. They put me in the front.
Sure.
They put me in the back with the cheap seats.
Yeah.
You know something? I noticed something from being back. First of all, you can see all the dancers moving in secret.
Yeah.
When you're really close, you can't see stage left, stage right.
Yeah.
You can see all the detail work on all of the background and all that.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I actually I sit in the back often, and I prefer to see the big picture. There's something nice about when you do sit up front, you get a little bit closer to being connected with the emotion. You're seeing a little bit more detail in people's faces. But on a big show like this with a big set and big dresses and everything like that, you kind of want to see the big picture. So I think that you had a good seat there. Ended up being a better thing for you.
Yeah, I was thinking, this is a director's eye seat. No director probably sits in the front and does. They have to sit in the back. So they designed the whole play, the whole musical to be from this seat, and it's a cheaper seat.
Exactly right. You're seeing it kind of out of the eye of the production team, because they have to look at the whole big picture. So you're 100% right there. Yeah.
Once again, I love the performance. I thought it was fantastic. That was Broadway caliber.
Thank you so much. You are always so kind, and we're so grateful to have you coming out and supporting and reviewing the show. So thank you.
Actually, I say this all the time. I'm not being kind. Seriously, no. I can't be kind. I seriously mean every word I say when I say that.
Thank you. I truly it means more than you can know, because you are, as you say, you're a critic. So it's nice to hear from someone, their honest feedback like that. So it's really means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I'm a journalist. I don't accept money from anybody. I'm very serious about my journalism.
That's
too.
Right. Yeah.
I can't take pay from it. And I'm also independent too. So
you're absolutely right. You have what's nice about that. I mean, you have your own reputation on the line. So if you don't like something, you can't promote it. And I'm very thrilled that you've so far been pleased with the work, which is so great, because we're working hard to do good work. So thank you.
Okay. Well, again, I love the performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Hey, thank you very, very much for coming. Talk to you soon.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with.
I'm Mark Cardiff. The last thing I did was I took over the role of Willie in Happy Days for Tony Shalhoub at the Theater at Boston Courts. I played Perón in Evita at La Mirada about 10 years ago. I played the head waiter, Rudy, as well as the judge. Well, Rudy is a Nazi to his employees and perfectly charming to his customers, and the judge is a complete ripoff of The Wizard of Oz.
I'm amazed at how much detail work 3D Theatrical does. They did not have to get a person of such a high caliber person as you playing those parts, but they did it. It's amazing.
Are you talking about me?
Yes, you. Yeah, you're fantastic.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I think it's. I agree with you. I think it's. This is the only show I've done here, but I think the cast is amazing. The production team is fantastic, and I think the show looks beautiful too. So,
even every single dancer, every single.
It's a really first-rate ensemble. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because they sound like $1,000,000 and they can dance. So, and by they I mean they.
Now, question: you have so much experience. Is this Broadway caliber work? Truly, honestly, is this Broadway caliber work?
I think it is. Sure.
I thought so too.
Sorry, I don't know how to elaborate that on, but yeah, I mean, I've definitely, Valerie is amazing, and Robert, the two of them both, I believe they've both been on Broadway, and they're both incredible in this. And Valerie brings a completely different take to this role than I've seen before. It's normally done much more broadly comedically, and she's very real. Speak of the Val.
Oh my God, you're amazing.
I was just saying. Oh, this is my brother Matt.
Hey, nice to meet you. Oh my God, yeah, you were fantastic.
He was so impressive. I was just saying this gentleman's doing a little interview, and I was just saying that you bring such a different take to the role because you're so real, as opposed to being so bouncing off the walls broad like you normally see this role, and I think it's a really refreshing take.
Thank you.
Not to mention your voice, which is like unbelievable.
I'm gonna cry.
And can I get your name for the audience again?
Valerie Perry.
All right. And which character did you play tonight?
Dolly Levi.
Okay. First of all, one thing I have to say, I've actually seen you in a lot of things. I've seen you at ICT. I've actually recently seen you at the Ricardo Montalban. What I saw tonight is like you're a totally different person. You were fantastic the other time. This time, I thought I was seeing Barbra Streisand. Seriously.
Wow, that is a huge compliment. I've always admired Barbra Streisand, so I mean, you couldn't have picked a better person to compare me with. But I'm very flattered. But it's a wonderful role to be able to sink your teeth into. So, and yes, it's very, very different from any of the other roles that you've seen me play.
Yeah, but again, I'm just floored because I know you. I've seen you. I've interviewed you. Basically, you just put something. What did you do? Did you actually look at tapes of Barbra Streisand? Did you imitate her? Have you studied her your whole life, or is this the real you that you just haven't given that part yet?
Oh my goodness, no. In fact, I tried to stay away from watching anybody do it. Carol, Barbara, Pearl Bailey, all of the greats. I tried to stay away from so that it would come off as my own performance. What can I say? I think it was just having fun up on that stage, being able to just dive in and go for it, go for the comedy, go for the music is just so gorgeous. It's all Jerry Herman, sensational composer, lyricist. It's material that you can really shine in.
Is 3D theatricals different? Because I don't know. It brings the strong points out in everybody. This was probably the best performance I've seen of Hello Dolly my entire life.
Wow, that's a great compliment. It's a wonderful company of people. Everybody cares. The organization is lovely, and they really want to put on good theater. They're not kidding when they say Broadway at your door. They really are very concerned about having good quality product, and they spend a great deal of time and energy and effort to bring a great company together, both on stage and in the wings. All the people that are involved in putting this show together. If I went through all of them, it would be a laundry list. But they're all very, very integral and very important to making Hello Dolly come to life every night.
Once again, I loved your performance. I thought it was fantastic, the best I've seen. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
And thank you very much for that performance. It's something I'm going to remember.
I'm very flattered. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Robert Yacco. Well, this is my fourth show with 3D Theatricals. I started with Parade, Ragtime. I was in last year's Addams Family as Mal, and this is happily my fourth. I do about one show a year. It's wonderful. I love it. I played Horace Vandergeller. Horace is a wounded animal. I think he's as mean as he is because he was really in love with his wife and she died early, and I think it ripped him apart. And I thought he thinks that he will never find love again, and so he's one of those people who kind of gets really hard and decides to focus on money and getting control back over his life, because when you lose someone, you lose control. And I think that's where all of his discontent comes from, and Dolly is the only person who seems to be able to turn him about.
When I saw your performance first time, I loved the performance. Yeah, I think you were fantastic.
Thank you.
I was really thinking a lot Walter Matthau. Just looking at you, the voice, the mannerism, I was just thinking Walter Matthau. Did you do that intentionally? Or?
No, not at all. As a matter of fact, shockingly, I've never seen the film. Never seen the film. I knew he did it, but no, this is just my own take on it. And I try to mix in a little bit of, and for me, it's a little bit of Kevin Kline, a little bit of Groucho Marx. You know, it's a very odd and interesting conglomeration of comedy energies, because it's farce, and yet there has to be something very heartfelt about it. And you know, those two people are sort of the two ends of the spectrum for me, for who I used as a foundation for Horace.
Yeah. Well, once again, fantastic performance. I love the scene. I loved it. Comment about 3D theatricals, though. This performance is probably the best performance of Hello, Dolly I've ever seen. It was just fantastic.
Well, thank you. I think what sets it apart from some Dollys is that they actually mixed the scripts, the movie and the stage show script, so it brought some of that film reality into it, some of the heart back into it, because this can be played very much for the farce by the numbers, and you get lots of spectacle and not enough heart. They wanted to make sure there was a reality base to the comedy, to the farce, and I think that's what sets it apart.
Well, once again, I can't put my finger on the magic. I just loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I was thinking Barbra Streisand. I was thinking Walter Matthau. I was thinking this is just fantastic. So you really made my evening tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you once again for being on the show.
You bet. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm with
Gary Patton. I'm originally from New York. I've been in Los Angeles for a few years. I've worked off-Broadway and on film and TV. I was recurring on Law & Order for a few years. I played Ira Whipple, the resident technician. Tonight, I played Cornelius Hackle, the chief clerk who falls in love, who finds love when he escapes and goes to New York City. Cornelius finds lots of wonder in the world. He's much more innocent than I am, and he is a good-hearted, kind, simple man who steps out and finds that the world is a beautiful and incredible place.
This character was played by Michael Crawford in the movie, who actually was the first Phantom of the Opera. Mm-hmm. Did you take it off of that, or did you kind of put your own spin on it?
You know, I put my own spin on it. I have not seen the movie in a long time. I was a kid when I saw it. But I love Michael Crawford. The first Broadway show I ever saw was Phantom of the Opera, and it's the thing that made me fall in love with, doing theater. So I'm honored to walk in those footsteps.
Once again, I loved your performance. First of all, it's a lot harder than the rest of them because of comedy. Comedy is so incredibly difficult. So that, first of all, I thought that was fantastic. And again, I thought the rest of the entire company was fantastic. From top to bottom, it was wonderful.
Thank you. I actually tend to work more in drama, so comedy tends to be a bit of a stretch for me, so I very much appreciate you saying that. But yeah, it's really fun to work on. I don't think I've ever laughed so much through a rehearsal process. It was a joy to work with these guys.
Okay. Once again, I really love your performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with...
Hi, my name is Grace Yu. I play the role of Minnie Fay in Hello, Dolly at 3D Theatricals. She's this very smart and young, sharp, assistant to Mrs. Malloy. So my take on her is, I guess she's, not naive, but innocent, and she's just very sharp. She's not a gossip, but she knows a lot, and sometimes blurts out things she shouldn't say. But yeah, that's kind of my take on her. It's been really fun.
I loved your performance. I loved everyone's performance, but I actually thought your character is actually one of the more original ones.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, it was interesting because I honestly haven't really seen the movie before. The really famous movie with Barbara Streisand and I know, bad musical theater fun, but I think that kind of helps me to just kind of create her just from the script from the ground up. And there's a lot of different ways that she's been played, but it was just fun to kind of put my own spin on it. So yeah, that's been really fun. Yeah.
So what is it like working at 3D Theatricals? Because this performance has got to be one of the best Hello Dollys I've ever seen. And again, I've seen Hello Dolly, so I thought, I've already seen it. I actually came in late and I didn't care. When I saw it, I thought, wow, this is fantastic.
Wait, I'm so sorry. What was the question again?
3D Theatricals. What's so special about it?
Duh. What's so special about 3D Theatricals? Well, this is my second time being back at 3D. It's just really the quality of everything, spectacle, talent, all the elements. Really, we have an amazing team every time who really care to bring that Broadway quality musical theater to California, to Los Angeles. A lot of times you hear that theater is whatever, so and so. It's all about Hollywood and television and film. But I think places like 3D give the musical theater actors a home, a place to call home, and a training ground really for me too, to really be able to hone that, just hone this craft and become a better performer. So I really, really appreciate having 3D Theatricals around.
Are you a professional dancer?
I'm a strong mover, so I try to take a dance class or two when I can, when I'm not in rehearsal. But yeah, I love dancing. I'm not one of those. I started ballet since I was 3 and did that for 10 years. So sometimes, gotta just fake it till you make it. But yeah, it's fun. The dancing we do in here is fun as well. A lot of partnering. So thanks to my partner for that.
That's my point. It's like I would not have known. I thought you were a professional dancer because the dance sequence was so good. It's like, so how did you somehow faked it and they just made it look fantastic?
Well, we can't really fake the dance. Some of the dancers in the ensemble are just incredible. Those are the dancers. They've been dancing since they were 3. You know what I mean? So to be able to be at par with them, and also just the costumes that the girls have. We're having to fight that much harder to make sure the movement is going out into the audience to you guys, because it's very heavy, these skirts, and our amazing gentlemen doing amazing lifts with them as well. It's just the whole thing is a dance. Even moving the building, there's backstage choreography constantly, and so it's a really beautiful number. I honestly choke up every time. Something about the music, and I feel like it really puts everyone in a trance. That's the magic of that number, I think. Yeah.
Well, again, I loved your performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Chris Villan. And this is actually my second show with 3D, and I love it. It's been great. I've been doing musical theater for about 7 years now, and I played Barnaby. Barnaby is kind of a simple-minded teenager, and he's kind of very content where he's at, but his friend Cornelius convinces him to go to New York to live a life and adventure and all that, so comedy and craziness ensues after that.
I loved your performance. I thought it was fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, awesome. Could you how difficult is it actually to be comical? Because I'm told comedy is harder than drama. It is the hardest thing you can do in theater.
You know what? It could be really hard. Luckily, I'm kind of a goofy person already, so it comes a little easier to me, but it's hard during rehearsal processes to tell if a joke is going to land or not. You kind of have to wait for the audience's reaction, but I think it went pretty well.
Yeah, once again, I loved your performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Tasha Tormey. I graduated UC Irvine with my Bachelor of Fine Arts in Musical Theater, and I grew up in Southern California, and now I'm with KMR and doing musical theater regionally.
Which character did you play?
Ermengarde. So I'm Horace Vandegelder's niece, and I cry a lot. I think that she has a lot of sadness and she's really sensitive because of her upbringing. She doesn't have a mother figure or a father figure, and Horace is not sensitive to her needs. And so playing into the realism and then just building with the farce, it just becomes this larger than life character, but I still want her to be as real and relatable as possible.
I love the performance of everyone. I loved yours also.
Thank you.
But my question is about 3D theatricals. This has got to be the best performance of Hello Dolly I've ever seen. I rank it up there with the movie, with Barbara Streisand's version.
Oh, well, thank you so much. That is so kind of you to say. We've really worked hard, and we've had an amazing choreographer, amazing dance captain, director, producer, across the board musical director. All the ensemble dancers are very well trained and professional, so it's been a blessing to work here.
I loved everything about it. I love the costumes. I love the scenery. I mixed sound for 20 years in community theater. I love the sound too, and that's coming from someone who had to do it.
Thank you so much. I mean, those compliments mean so much coming from you. I'm really glad you enjoyed the show.
Well, again, love the performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hello Dolly will be playing at Fullerton's Plummer Auditorium from July 15th to July 31st, and at Redondo Beach Performing Arts Center from August 5th to August 7th. For more information, go to www.3dtshows.com.